Hey guys, how's it going? So I got a few things that I want to talk about today. I don't always do these, but sometimes, hi Sandy, sometimes when there's just like a whole bunch of good news, a whole bunch of interesting news, like I just can't wait. Like I just gotta tell you right away. So that's what this is all about. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is the obvious thing that is right in front of you, which is me up here as the devil. And you could compare, I guess, this shot. Yeah, there's two of me, and you could sort of see, well, obviously, I mean, there's a huge difference because I have a glasses on and I'm a devil in this screen, and in the other screen, I'm just regular me. But what I am showing you is the new Snapchat camera that is available for download today, and you can now use these awesome filters on your desktop. And so check it out. So what this means is that these filters integrate with this camera. The Snapchat camera integrates with OBS, Zoom, Skype, Google Hangouts, Facebook Live, native Facebook Live, and I am using Ecamm right now, and I don't see the ability to connect the two, but the guys over at Ecamm are always like super on top of stuff, so I won't be surprised if like the next day or two it'll also integrate with Ecamm. And so while, you know, you may not be wanting to do anything like super silly like that, or, you know, or that, or that. So you might not want to do any of those things in your own live streams. But what I love is that there are just like some basic like beauty filters, which I have been dying for Ecamm to come up with, because just like a smoothing effect. Because honestly, for many of us, like if we're just having a bad face day, or we just need a facelift that day, it's really nice to have that. Like here's one. Everybody likes the beauty crown, because the flower crown, because it smooths out your skin. I would actually not do a live stream with that, but anyway, there's gazillions of filters, and you can create your own. You could create your own filters that are branded. Let's see here. And you could search, right? Like in here, let's search for, I'm going to put in witch. All right, there's a witch. That is pretty cute. I feel like I just lost my camera. There we go. I'm back. So, I mean, we're just going to be able to have so much fun with this. So I wanted to start off by showing you that right away. And I want to get back to my other filters. Now, how do I get back there? That's the question. And I put a link to download this over on my show notes page for the flash briefing, which is jenlehner.com/flash. So you can find the link over there. It just takes there's PC, it's for PC and for Windows. I'm going back to this guy. I don't know. I just like it. I'm feeling that right now. Okay. So now, or maybe we'll try this one. That's give me a headache. Okay, so the other thing that I want to tell you is that Google has done something really cool, and I posted this yesterday in the front row, but I want to make sure everybody sees this because this is a huge, huge time saver. So let's see here. I want to open up a new window, and we're going to go to... Here we go. All right, so here we are at the Googles. Now watch this. I'm going to type, I think this is right, doc.new. Okay, I just typed doc.new. Let's watch what happens. Look at that. It opened up a new Google document. Now I'm going to type hi Hortensia, hi Rolga. I'm going to type in slide.new. What? I've got a new slide deck. I'm going to type in form.new right up there in the browser bar. Hello, new form. I'm going to type in site.new. The other thing is they've thought of all your variations. So if you type in presentations.new, it'll also take you to, oops, I did that wrong. Did I? It's getting there. It's just taking a minute. So they've thought of all the variations as well. So if you can't remember what the URL is, so site.new. Let's see what happens. Okay, leave, go. So this is taking us to a new Google site. It's supposed to. Here it's loading. And on that note, I want to say I'm going to do a whole training about Google Sites in the near future, because the truth is, for many people, you don't need a big fancy website. Like, there's a lot of people who are just validating their business at this point, right? And they do need a landing page. This is completely free. And look at, okay, first of all, they've got all these new layouts, okay? So over here on the right, check out all these new layouts. Check out all the things that you could plug into your little Google website. Divider, YouTube, a map, docs, slides. The one thing that's missing is you could even put a button in there. So here's the thing. The one thing that it is missing is like an opt-in box. However, you can totally make this work for you by creating a form, right? A Google form that basically just asks for name and email. Get the link to that form. You can either put the form directly on the page, but if you want it to look prettier, you get a link to the form, create a button over here, okay? Then the button will say subscribe, and then the link would go to the Google form, see? And you're good to go. And look, you can add more pages. So right here, this is home page. If I click plus, I can add, a blog or about me or whatever I want. And then over on the right is themes. So I'll just click on these themes so you can watch the header change. I did one of these for my little girl's book club. It took me about 5 minutes, and it's a fully functioning, decent looking website. So just keep Google Sites in mind if you ever want to just test out. If you need just sort of a simple landing page, you're testing out an idea, something like that. Definitely keep it in mind. Okay, so that's the second awesome piece of news, is this new .new domain that Google has created for you to rock the universe. And let's see what else. Jen Evangelista asked me about this. She went over to the Flash Briefing website, or I should say show notes page, and she pointed out to me that we have the wrong date on there. It says November 30th. She said it almost gave her a heart attack. So I do need to change that to October 30th. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. And then you'll see I've got this big pink button. Okay. So the reason I did this is I want people to record their questions. Hint, hint, you guys, record your questions or leave me a comment, and then I love to use these in my flash briefings and in my podcast. So it works like this. So I'm going to click start recording, and so check it out. I'm testing. Hello, Jen. I love your flash briefings. Everybody should listen to it. In fact, your flash briefings are my favorite. Can't recommend them highly enough. Okay, and then click stop, and then optional for their name and email, and then send. Okay, so I sent that in to Jen Lehner, and now I'll probably get a notification. I'll get an email letting me know that I got a new voicemail. But I'm going to go to the website, SpeakPipe, and there it is. There's the ones that I just sent. I don't think you're going to be able to hear this because I've got my headphones in, and I don't think you can hear the sound coming through my computer. But that is, so check it out. I'm testing. Hello, Jen. I love your flash briefings. Everybody should listen. And the quality of these recordings is outstanding. So here's what's so cool is so like Jen left me this message this morning. Okay. I can just download it. It takes about 2 seconds. There it is in the lower left-hand corner. And it's an MP3. So there's a million things that I could do with that. I could, what I would do is upload it to my flash briefing or my podcast. So it's so great. But I replied to her today. So I just clicked reply and then I was able to record a reply to her and she got my voice message. So, it's really great. I've got the gold version. It's pretty inexpensive. I want to say it's like maybe like $10 a month or something like that. But if you're podcasting you could hear it. Okay, good. So Kim left me this really nice one the other day, totally
Jen,
unsolicited.
It's Kim Gaskill. A big shout out and thank you. You know, there's a lot of noise out there and time is precious. But once I started watching and listening to your stuff, it didn't take long to recognize the value and dedication you bring to everything you touch.
Aw, so it was so nice, and so I used it one day, but I've saved it, and so when I relaunch Front Row VIP, I'll absolutely use like that audio testimonial. So wanted to tell you about SpeakPipe, and then the last thing that I want to tell you is that yesterday I did a training, and maybe I'll plug in my phone if it's easy, but I did a training that was all about Instagram, how to create like a branded Instagram story, meaning an about you story for your Instagram stories. And I know a lot of people aren't using Instagram stories, and I thought, well, this will serve two purposes. It will help people do this task. Like if we carve out the time, we'll all do it together, and then we'll have it done because it's a bit time consuming. And then also the people who just haven't even touched stories yet, it'll be like a 101 training for Instagram stories. And so when Nika and I put together this guidebook, we went pretty deep. So it's very step by step and screenshots of every step and all the features about in Instagram stories. But then also we go through the steps of how to do your story. And let me see if I could just share I know what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do to show you my phone screen right now is I'm going to go to QuickTime. Oops. And do like a screen recording, although I'm not going to record. And it'll bring up a beautiful image of my phone. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is you can have the workbook if you want it. I believe the keyword is Front Row Instagram. So yeah, thank you. Nika put that there. So just text Front Row Instagram to 44222. And I guess it needs to be all caps because that's the way Nika wrote it. Or if you're out of the country, you can just go to the show notes page because I think Nika put a link to it there as well. But I do think that you'll find it handy. And where's my QuickTime? Okay, here we are. File, new movie recording. And that's not what I want. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. Camera, iPhone. There we go. Yay! Okay. And let me get rid of that. And let me get rid of that. And zoom to app windows. There we go. All right. So now you're looking at my phone. And I'll show you the story that I created yesterday. Instagram. Okay, so these are stories all across the top. These are people's stories. And if we go to my profile, you'll see these are highlights, okay? I really have not developed these the way that I need to, and I will be doing that. And by the way, this was inspired, and I'm going to show you their stories as well, by Jamia and by April Pertwee. Jamia started it, and then I raved about it, and then April did one, and hers was outstanding. And then I was like, well, gosh, we all need to do one of these. And that's how the workbook came about. So, there. Let me move this down a little bit. Hi, Lisa. Okay, so here we go. Hey, I'm Jen. This is where I live with these people. I teach digital marketing at Cleveland State. I love yoga. Most of the time you'll find me in my Facebook groups, The Front Row and Front Row VIP. I love to travel. I eat well, real food only. This is my dog. She's 14. My passion is helping entrepreneurs grow their audiences by simplifying the most effective productivity and digital marketing strategies. I have a podcast. The link is in my bio. I have a free group for entrepreneurs called The Front Row. Fast Company called it one of the top 12 Facebook groups to join before quitting your day job. And my membership site, The Front Row VIP. Lots of bite-sized trainings, live coaching calls twice a month, amazing community. And that's it. That was the end of that story. So now let's look at Jamia's. If you're not following Jamia, you need to be. Her handle is Evolve Teacher. And so there she is. And right there, she's got a highlight that says, who am I? Okay? Who am I? I'm Jamia. Pronounced Jamia. It's Arabic and means precious. I was born in Camden, New Jersey, but mostly I grew up in Baltimore, North Carolina. I'm a passionate educator. In fact, I travel all over the world and design curriculums for schools, education ministries, and learning programs. I am an award-winning global curriculum designer. And TED resident, like main stage TED, by the way. I am a former Peace Corps volunteer. In Turkmenistan, I was approached to teach English to the children in the village. This was illegal as education is tremendous empowerment. The students and I were threatened by KGB, but we kept going. I helped many students to achieve their goals there. I am also blacklisted from Turkmenistan. This is my greatest badge of honor. I also run a mastermind for change makers called The Sleigh Box, a podcast for kids called I Love Storytime. Check it out in iTunes. And my next major launch, KidU University. Want to know more? Check out my website, evolveteacher.com. So that's her story, and I've got 7 minutes left before I got to go. So let's look at April's story. And this will just give you an idea of great ways to use this. So right there, her first button is My Story, because April's all about teaching women how to tell their stories. So, right, so this was a no-brainer for her. So here we go. Hi, I'm April. Here's a little bit about me. I'm a lifelong storyteller. I was born and raised in Texas. I recently moved back here after a 20-year absence. I'm married to my college sweetheart. We will celebrate our 20th anniversary next year. We have 2 kids and lots of stuffed animals. Life is a party around here. I've worked as a video storyteller for over 25 years. This was me at my first real job as a TV reporter. I hustled like crazy and worked my way up to the anchor desk. I hustled some more and made my way to Food Network, DIY Network, and HGTV, but something was missing. I miss telling stories. This is what led me to create Light Beamers, a platform for me to tell good stories of hope, goodness, and light. To this day, this is where I'm most at home, in the interview chair. And I love telling stories of transformation. Your story matters. I created a safe, private online community. And there's the information about her community. And today, it's a vibrant, highly engaged community of over 800 strong. I've interviewed hundreds of people, and this much I know is true. Everybody has a story. Now I lead workshops and retreats teaching all about storytelling, and I encourage women to share their story and to rise up to their full potential in life and business. These are a few of the women who inspire me and motivate me to play big. What's your story? DM me. I want to learn more about you. Enjoy my community. Come share your story with us. Link in bio. It's brilliant. In fact, I wished I would have done more of what she did when I did my story. I love that call to action of tell me your story and, hit me up in the DMs. Like that was such a good idea. So the beauty is that with these stories, normally stories disappear after 24 hours, or they, to the public, they go away after 24 hours, but creating a highlight, allows it to sit there forever. So I just thought it was a great way to reintroduce and introduce yourself to your audience. So I hope you'll consider doing one of these. And if you haven't messed with stories yet, this is the perfect sort of entry point, I think. So that's it. If you are just now jumping on, we covered some great updates from today, like in Google with Google Tools, and also with Snapchat camera coming to desktop. And then we talked a little bit about Instagram stories. So that's it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on the front row.